Welcome back, everyone. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm DarkHour717, and today we're bringing you the second part in our poll results of the best and worst size 2 ships of the Star Citizen universe. Now, first, to clear up one error that I made in the first video, we polled the YouTube and Discord communities for what everyone felt was their personal top and bottom 5 ships in the size category of the Gladius, the Arrow, and other small ships utilizing size 1 components, and they were referred to as size 1 ships. My error was that these actually are considered size 2. Size 1 refers to the snub-sized ships in the verse, and ships such as the Harbinger, the 400i, are actually size 3 and utilize size 2 components. Yep, go figure. The logic does not quite match up there on that one. But not being a developer, who am I to question it? So welcome to part 2, the 5 least favorite size 2 ships of the verse. Before we jump in though, if you enjoy these types of lists, hit that like and subscribe button. Help me get the videos out to more people, and make sure to stick around to the end of the video to see how you can get entered in for a chance to win an Origin 100i starter pack on September 1st. So in our poll, the least favorite category was actually much closer than the top 5 category, and we actually had a couple of ties in this area. And we will begin the look with our first tie between the Consolidated Outland Mustang class and the Robert Space Industries Aurora class in the number 5 spot. Yes, the 2 OG starter ships of the verse. Both of these actually offer multiple variants as well, and the Mustang brings in with it the Alpha, Beta, Delta, Gamma, and Omega. All very similar with just a few small differences. The Alpha is the one version that most people are familiar with. And this also had a special edition, the Vindicator model, which from what I can tell was simply a skin difference, same as the AMD Omega variant, and was a special offer version. The Aurora also offers multiple variants with the CL, ES, LN, LX, and MR. These as well are very well closely similar, so as a group they are all included in this as one. The Aurora MR is the main Aurora most are familiar with, as it is, just like the Alpha, the starter pack that many people have begun in Star Citizen with. These two tie for the 5th spot as they are excellent introductory ships. Basic in their flight controls and easily maneuverable and responsive, it is a great choice to learn your way around the verse. Though many find after starting that with these two ships, it's not long before you're ready to move up in capabilities to a larger ship. And these are mostly moved on from and forgotten afterwards. These ships do not continue to get extensive use once a player graduates to something larger, faster, or even stronger. These two ships really are a gateway ship into bigger and better experiences in the verse, and either through upgrade or by doing a new play. That brings us to number 4, and if there is one ship I'm sad to see hit the bottom 5 list, it is this, the Drake Buccaneer. The Drake Buccaneer is one of those ships that truly has a unique appearance and has that look that screams aggression when you see the top-mounted size 4 Revenant ballistic Gatling gun. Throw on it also a pair of GT-210 Gatling guns and a pair of CF-337 Panther repeaters, and this ship is one small-sized beast of a ship. In theory, with its loadout, this thing should be able to take on most anything. That is, until it actually takes a hit and you find that the ship itself has the structural constitution of a Fabergé egg. A highly competent pilot can definitely use this to cause some damage, but in most average cases, unless you can really do well in avoidance, it does not stand up well against an enemy that is aggressively fighting back. This is a bit disappointing as it really does have great speed at a max SCM speed of 210 meters per second, which is the same and actually 2 meters per second faster than the Gladius, and top afterburner speed of 1,317 meters per second. It seems that the heavy weapons loadout is more of an overcompensation for its papier-mâché hull. A ship with so much potential, but it falters in an area so important when in a fight, I can see why the community voted it into the bottom 5 favorites. For the number 3 spot, we have our second tie, and this is between two ships that are vastly different. The MISC-reliant Core, or Core, depending on which way you prefer to call it. The official pronunciation, though, is Core, and the Drake Herald. These two ships, I can understand the reason they end up in this spot. The Core is MISC's cargo variant of the alien-fused Reliant series, With a rotating body style, the ship lands and sits horizontal and moves into a vertical position once it's airborne and can swap between the two configurations until it is in quantum mode, which only occurs vertically. The Core A at one time was the starter pack cargo option, though no longer available. It offers 6 SCU of cargo space in a fairly unique and sharp-looking ship. But in comparison, low desire for this to be used, as the price of the package was similar to the Avenger Titan, which also accommodated the desire to cargo haul with an SCU capacity of 8 SCU, and also added better capability for self-defense and bounty hunting. As a standalone ship, the Core A pledges $5 higher than the better balanced Titan also. For this reason, understandably, is why it is that the Core A ends up on this list, just for the fact that it is outperformed by one of the more loved ships of the verse. The second ship at the number 3 spot is the Drake Herald. This entry, I would admit, is one that is here due to lack of viable gameplay loops. The Drake Herald is a data transmission interceptor, and honestly, it looks like a really fat penguin laying down on its stomach. Currently, this ship more plays the part of Star Citizen's backwoods engineering. Basically, they've taken a lawn chair, strapped on a Caterpillar engine to the back of it, tied it all together by duct tape, because it is a Drake ship, and they want to see what happens. The Herald does love to do one thing, and it does it extremely well, and that is go fast and get to top speed quickly. Just hope after that you don't really need to make any turns, as you'll likely not be able to, or at least at any reasonable rate. The Herald is a great design, and once the data interception gameplay is in, I think we'll see a complete reversal of where this little fat penguin ends up on the list. It really is just the fact that there's no purpose currently in game or reason to use this ship that lands itself on our least favorite list, and I think that was entirely inevitable. The number 2 spot is actually populated by a ship that mostly is only available to some backers in the verse, the Vanduul Scythe. The single-bladed winged ship from Alien Origins, the Scythe is a ship that is an award for the second Imperator level subscriber. Not purchasable in-game or rentable, it was available for a limited sale of 300 units years ago. Though it may become available in the PU after Squadron 42, the loaners from the subscription are currently the most common ones that you'll see flying around. That is, if you see one flying around, as most people I know that have access really do not bother to use it often. For quite a while, it did have a number of issues. This included issues with the landing gear, or the gun not spawning in on the ship at another time, and the folding wings moving down only to immediately fold back up. And currently, when flying it, we found that it's hit or miss whether your main guns will even be able to fire when you get on board. But switch pilots out and the thing works fine. They just choose not to fire for one person or another. The ship itself is an amazing looking ship, but as functionality goes, it still suffers with a number of issues. Also, the gameplay that allows the wing to be used as a bladed weapon is still not developed or in the game, as the same also goes for the Vanduul blade. Extremely maneuverable and a size 5 cannon, in theory the ship should be a force to reckon with. It just unfortunately fails to deliver. This is why this ship has landed itself on this list at the number 2 spot. And the number 1 ship that is voted worst ship in our poll, sorry Doc Frost 42, it's actually the APOA Khartu-al. The only currently flyable ship from APOA, this very purplish ship is one of the most unique looking ships in the verse. With a configuration change that takes the ship from what looks like a wingless mosquito to a vertical standing wide-armed spider, this ship does not lack anything when it comes to style, and is the only one like it in the verse until we see the Sanchokyai be released, hopefully sometime this year. With stats that should equal out to a much better ship with a top speed of 224 meters per second and a max afterburner of 1,323 meters per second, this ship absolutely falls short of its potential. Sporting only 2 CF-337 Badger repeaters, it is definitely underarmed for its purpose as an alien light fighter. The ship itself suffers also from the glass jaw effect in the fact that it does not take much to knock this thing out. With an HP on its body of 2,240 hit points, it has far less than other ships in this category that range from 2,500 for the Titan to 4,000 for the Hornet. The only ships in this category with less is the Mustang and the Aurora at below 2,000. The one thing the Khartu-al does do well is light up the night sky though, and create a false daylight. The headlights on this thing outshine those of even the Reclaimer. That is not enough to make this ship useful. It is sad because the ship is extremely nimble and agile, and it's actually very fun to fly. But if you want to do bounties or any fighting in this ship, unless you're going up against a snub fighter, expect that you're going to end up on the losing side. And for that reason, that is why it's actually ended up in the #1 spot of our least favorite ships to fly. And that is it for the list of the least favorite size 2 ships of the verse as voted on by our Discord and YouTube community. I hope you found it interesting. Let me know in the comments though what your thoughts are and if your least favorite line up with ours. We would love to hear your opinion, and make sure to catch the stream over on Twitch every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday night at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and get your entries in for the Origin 100i giveaway. All you have to do is subscribe here and leave a comment on any video before the end of August 2023, and you'll be entered in. And also you can get a second entry by joining us over on Twitch and give a follow. Good luck to everybody with that, and if you want to help support the channel, make sure to hit that join button or give a super like, or even check out the merch store, as it all goes right back into the giveaways back to the community each month. I appreciate greatly and thank everyone for being here. Please be safe out there, and we will see you in the verse.